Of course, before you can have a website, and even before you can have a web hosting account for that website, you need to have a domain. And with Cloudwire, you can host any domain you want to. It can be one that you already own or have registered elsewhere, or you can get a new domain. In fact, we can help you get one if you so choose. If you already own a domain, one that's registered at, say, GoDaddy or register.com, you can certainly use that when you order your hosting account. You just submit that domain, and then it'll be up to you to point that domain to the Cloudwire server. And of course, we'll show you how to do that if that's the way you go. If you don't have a domain, we can register one for you. It'll just be part of the sign-up process, and you can purchase your new domain when you purchase your hosting account. But the other option is to go purchase your own domain elsewhere if you want to, and point it to your Cloudwire hosting account. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to find the perfect domain, one that fits what you're trying to build with your website. And we're going to use 3 tools to do that. The first one is a great website called namemesh.com. NameMesh is a website that helps you brainstorm great domain names that are available for registration. So when you go to NameMesh, you simply type in some keywords and it will generate all kinds of ideas for a domain. Let's say you're into organic gardening. You type those keywords into NameMesh. Click Generate, and it will come up with all kinds of ideas. These are all domains that are available to register. Now, organicgardening.com is probably not available, and it tells you that right there. But similar domains would be. For example, organic-gardening.co might be available, and in this case, it is. There are also other top-level domains besides the .com, like .app, .online, .tech, .shop, that you could also use as your domain. But if you're stuck on having a .com, and most people are because it's a pretty good idea to use a .com whenever possible, you don't necessarily have to use your exact phrase. There are some similar phrases that are available. And this just gives you an idea of some words maybe you hadn't thought of. driedgardening.com, kosher gardening, canned gardening. And you can scroll through this and get all kinds of ideas. As you scroll down, it will show you even more. Frozen gardening, dice gardening, rotten gardening. Words I wouldn't have thought of as I'm looking for an organic gardening domain. But there's a lot of ways to brainstorm here. And then if you're just not finding anything, you can add another word. Let's say I'm going to call myself an organic gardening expert. Well, what kinds of ideas might this website come up with? Probably words I hadn't thought of. Well, look, it turns out that organicgardeningexpert.com is available, at least right now. Also, the one with dashes is available. Maybe I would register both of those. Here's the .net. So just by throwing in an extra word, you can often find domains that you can register. And here's some other ideas as well. Organic Gardening Scholar. And I might want to play with the word expert, scholar, scientist, and see what other kinds of words might come up. And a great tool for that is, of course, to go to thesaurus.com. Let's go see what we can come up with. If we type in the word expert, I might think of a word I could use in a domain I hadn't thought of before. I could be an organic gardening crackerjack or an organic gardening guru or whatever it comes up with here. It just is a brainstorming idea. Or I might play with the word gardener. And Thesaurus gives me some ideas. Maybe I might call myself the organic farmer expert or just the organic gardening farmer or something like that. But you see the point. Between NameMesh and seeing what's available and playing with these words and a little bit of work with Thesaurus, you can usually come up with a great idea for a domain name. So then how do you get that domain? Well, if you want to register it on your own, here's the registrar I recommend. Teknon Domains. They're inexpensive to get and really easy to manage, because what you'll need to do when you purchase your own domain is you'll need to go in and point your DNS record, it's called. Sometimes it's called updating your name servers. But the point is you want to point your domain to the Cloudwire server. And so Teknon Domains makes that very, very easy to do. All you do is you type in the domain you think you want to purchase. It'll search just to make sure it's still available, and it is. And only $10. It's also going to show you some other options of domains you might want to add. You can always register more than one domain and point them all to the same website if you want to. Sometimes it's a good idea to get the .com, the .net, and maybe even the .org if you need to kind of corner that name on the internet. But here are some other ideas. But at the very least, it's simple to order. Just add to cart, continue on, and you'll be purchasing this domain and you'll own it. If you don't want to go through this process, again, we can do it at Cloudwire. When you purchase your hosting account, all you'll do is select the option that says register a new domain for me, and then we can do that too. Whichever path you choose, registering your domain is easy to do either on your own or when you order your web hosting account through Cloudwire.